feel like that's the wrong live intro. Let's see.
It'll do.
It should be this.
Let him know. Okay.
All right. Talking.
Dude, what happened to my song, dude? I was fucking playing my song, dude. Fuck. Rocking out, dude. We start banging that song. Can you hear me?
On mute so it doesn't give us feedback.
Hello?
Yeah.
So
That's
we've
the
got
jam right there.
All right. Here we go again. Talking shit. Welcome everybody.
Are we done?
Whoever's around. Anybody. We'll see how this goes. We haven't been
That looks
horribly
good.
consistent, but we usually get some people to come in and play with us.
Is it?
So what do we got going on this week? We got what I have found, something I love that's in our lane, is the new season of X-Men '97.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, did you guys watch the first season?
No.
Oh my god!
I did.
I've seen
Ant?
clips, but I
I
haven't
liked
watched
it.
Comic books for kids, man.
Oh my gosh.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I've heard it's good, but I have not seen it.
I can't wait. I haven't
Click.
watched the second season. I watched the first one.
Okay, the second season, I think it started with 3 episodes, and they might have dropped the 4th. But the cool thing about it was the first episode, they introduced X Factor and X Force, and then the intro part, like the music of the second episode, it was, instead of X-Men, it was X Factor. Or it was either X Factor or X Force. I can't remember specifically, but it showed all of those characters in the poses from the original thing. So instead of having Magneto running at Xavier, it was Apocalypse running at Cable. It was pretty tight. Just the intro song, it was like, it was dope. It hit me in the nostalgia feels. It felt like it really worked for that era. So see what else went on this week. I actually got to see Obsession with my wife, and
Best movie of the year.
what a tale of monkey's paw. Are you muted, Ant? Can we? You can't hear.
There's like a little delay. I couldn't read that, but I can read it on my TV.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear everybody except.
Can you hear
Anthony.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Fuzzy. Shut the fuck up. Well, maybe now we
Let's
I
can.
gave you the
see.
space ball
Oh,
high.
I was gonna say, now I don't know. Give me the high sign.
Damn.
Wow. He sent that in the group chat. Tonight's the night of technical difficulties.
That's right.
We're the ones having the really bad thunderstorms.
Maybe his thing's on mute.
Power and everything.
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, it's poverty, right? We haven't had these problems since we had a Jose on there, and he was dealing with the Latino community Wi-Fi.
Whoa. Whoa.
I love the Obsession, dude. Like that I've seen it probably 5 times. That's my favorite movie of the year so far.
You watched it 5 times?
5 times, dude. I've studied that film, dude. Like it's legit. Like that, like I agree. It's monkey's paw, you know what I mean? It's very simple story and shit. But I love that ending. That ending is what I love. Like that's just fucking
We get out and come back.
chef's kiss.
Yeah, it's got that mist feel to it at the end for sure. You know, it's like, okay, the person survives, but fuck, then what? Like,
But like, if you the smartness I thought of the writer, which got me, was, can you hear us, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about the fact that we're so blurry on screen. Is it blurry for you guys? Are we blurry that bad?
No, I see you.
It comes and goes.
Okay.
yeah, I don't know what's
But-
going on
When you
today.
when you do that, we look like we're full on. So does Fuzzy though.
A little bit. Nate's the only one who's crystal
I'm
clear.
always fuzzy.
Yeah, I got a setup though.
But so in film they tell you the hero can never kill the cat, right? Like that's, you guys heard me say that 1,000 times.
The
And what
hero
happens
can't
in the
kill
movie?
the cat.
He kills his fucking cat. So I was like, he's not the hero, and everyone thinks the whole movie he's the hero. I'm like, by the end of it, I'm like, oh yes.
What do you mean he killed the cat?
Beautiful.
I don't remember him killing a cat.
Can you guys? We're good.
I can
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah. I'm just pondering the killing of the cat.
I can't hear anything.
Ah shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
God bless
I
him.
can't
here we
hear
are
anything.
starting off tonight.
Good grief. Nothing, nobody?
No, I can hear
We
you,
can
Nate.
hear Nate, and we can hear Fuzzy when he's talking.
Except now it looks like he's frozen.
Except now he looks like he's frozen.
All right, let me kick this fuzzy off, add this fuzzy back. All right, Ant, anything?
I can't hear you guys.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hey, Macarena.
I can't hear you guys. I'm gonna get out one more time and pop back in. Oh, wait, there you go. I hear somebody.
Yeah.
Who
Fuzzy?
do you hear, Fuzzy?
Nope. I hear you guys.
Nope.
You can hear us?
I can hear you guys.
Blink
Okay.
twice if you can hear
Can
me.
you hear me?
Do 3 thumbs up, Fuzzy. What?
My third thumb's down there.
Okay, that's fair.
Third thumbs down. Man, this has been the glitchiest night I think we've ever had. Holy smokes. What is going on?
They live all over again. They're trying to block our communications. We're becoming too popular.
Whoa.
There's a delay somewhere. I just got a little blower field right there. What?
Okay. Fuzzy's funky.
Fuzzy's
Anthony's funky. Oh, let's see. Remove that fuzzy. Add this fuzzy. All right. Fuzzy.
Can't hear.
Now?
them around, and maybe it's us.
I don't know, man. Y'all. This has been the worst.
Do we look that like fuzzed out on the screen for you?
You look a little bit fuzzy, but
Mhm. It's better when we're far away.
It's not as bad.
Ant, you there?
Huh.
Good God.
This is why we go live, to find out what glitches we have.
Jeez. This is okay. Let me remove this fuzzy. I'm gonna add this fuzzy. There's like 3 fuzzies. Every time he leaves, there's like residual fuzzies haunting the background. There we go. Here's the fuzz.
Can't hear nothing. Can't hear
There we
anything.
are.
He can hear you.
Hold on.
How's that fuzz? Anything? Fuzzy's fine. His headphones are just dead.
Anthony's frozen.
La 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 la. All right, we're gonna have to entertain some people. We're gonna have to do something.
亡き兄に復讐を誓う兄弟に心打たれる男スパイダーマン
All right, let's see. We're gonna take this fuzzy off. Add this.
Across the screen.
All right, fuzzy.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Neither.
I don't want to. I almost want to put my headphones in, but I don't because I'm afraid it's going to fuck some shit up.
All right, let's try
I'm
it.
going to try not to move too much either, dude. Like it's old days with the antennas.
All right, there's a question mark in the background. What is it? Exclamation point.
I can't hear now. I can't hear.
No.
Can you hear anybody?
It's like once Anthony comes in,
I can't hear nothing.
and knocked Fuzzy out. Jeez.
I can't hear all you. Nothing.
We
Gone.
can hear you.
You guys hear me?
I don't know what to
We hear
think.
nothing.
Yeah.
I hear
I don't
Anthony and Fuzzy.
We hear, but Fuzzy can't hear anybody.
I'll have to come back.
Fuzzy can't hear
He's gonna
anybody.
go out and come back.
I can hear Fuzzy a little bit.
Oh, you're there. You're good now, Ant.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, at least Ant's good. Let's take this Fuzzy out. Hopefully.
Why am I still handsome?
Because your eyes are bad.
Because you're just born that way. That's what God made you.
Uh-oh. Somebody's getting a phone call. All right. Come on, Fuzz.
Your phone.
All right. This is like the worst stream ever.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
I've
mean,
heard that there are streamers that have fallen asleep for like 6 hours and they just kept streaming.
That happened with Sanchez one time. Remember that? He fell asleep on the stream. I had to mute his snoring.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And then I highlighted him on the screen. You could see like the side of his face because he was always afraid to show his face.
Yeah.
So he always used avatars. And then when he fell asleep, something happened and it came onto his face and it was sideways like. Oh, good times. All right. Well, let's see. What else happened this week? Reckless Ben dropped part 3.
Yeah. That's some crazy stuff.
Well, you have to remember that there's a bunch of stuff that happened in between where the corrupt judiciary in Utah granted Bricks and Minifigs request that Reckless Ben would be forbidden from posting any more videos about the situation or mentioning them in public or anything like that. So for a time, he was completely cut off from being able to address the issue publicly. And so finally I think it got put forward to federal court instead of state court.
He moved it. He got it moved from state to federal.
And the feds,
Reckless did.
yeah, Reckless Ben did.
Ben moved it.
And so then the federal judge overturned that and he got permission to start posting again. And so that's when episode 3 came out.
Because it was a First Amendment right issue. And I don't think he still knows what he's being accused of yet or right now.
And isn't that weird? They won't let him
won't-
know what he's
they
being
won't let
accused of
him
because they
know.
don't want him to use it to make content.
Yeah, but I think that's got to be illegal too because you can't mount a defense for yourself, and that's
Right.
one of your rights as a citizen is to be able to mount a defense for you. You know what I mean? And to know what your accuser is, if I'm remembering my civics. So for them to say, well, he can't know what it is because he can monetarily profit from it from his YouTube channel. And honestly, I think this fool's lost more money than made on this story.
I doubt it. He's got millions of views. He's
I
raking
get
in
it,
the
but
cash.
still, like, I don't know, man. Because that
The
go
sucky part is that the interlude that we had to wait for between his parts, and then also the amount of different people who were chiming in on it, taking up all the bandwidth about this story. Like, there's a few people who I want to hear what they're saying about this, but there's so many people weighing in on it that it's kind of like diluting the message of what's going on with it.
Well, yeah, and plus a lot of them are getting some of the facts just plain wrong on the subject. So, I mean, basically, I've only been following Ben and like 2 lawyers on the subject, and that's it. Everybody else, I pretty much just tune out.
Yeah, there's a First Amendment auditor that I've been listening to the stories for, and actually, I think that's it. The other ones I kind of just shine on because they say, oh, we're getting it from the source and we're getting it from this person and that person, but it's like, no, you're just repeating everything that everybody else says. We've had some Bricks and Minifigs franchisee owners come into the store and, you know, talk about some of the stuff that they were having to deal with and some of the fallout for some of the franchisee people. And a lot of them are not enthusiastic about what's going on. They're not behind corporate. A lot of them are not behind corporate because it's causing them a lot of angst and trouble, and they're having to go out and say, they can't come straight out and say, we're not behind what corporate is telling us to say and putting out these memos and putting out all of this information. You know what I mean? What they're telling you to do. We're not behind it. Some of them try to delay doing it. Some just try to like ignore what's happening and just say, look, it's kind of sad for them. And if corporate goes,
it's brutal, but at the same time, it's kind of like, how do you vote with your feet and then like still support those guys without getting that money going to court? Any dollar you give to that,
sure, fees go back to corporate and help.
Yeah,
I get that. And so there's one of 2 things, I guess, that could happen where they just don't pay the franchise fees or whatever those things are and make corporate come after them. And if enough of those stores do that, corporate's not going to, they can't afford it. They can't afford that. The only reason why they're around, that the corporate has anything for them, is because the franchisees pay. So they could do that. And I have a feeling they're going to lose. Corporate's going to go under, and a lot of these independent stores, a lot of the Bricks and Minifigs, some of them will close because they're dependent on the connections as a whole when they order their new product from Lego. And some will be strong enough and they'll just switch it over they'll just keep themselves open and just become an independent brick store. Kind of like what we are, just another mom and pop store that's not tied to the franchisees of any way, shape, or form.
I'm going to fall in love with Fuzzy having a real background.
Well, I came inside. I came inside because I think my phone was overheating in the garage. So I was like, fuck it, dude. I'll come in here. And this is our setup for Whatnot. This is the Fuzzy Finds section. That's right, baby.
Some of it.
And then there's our comic section right there.
Nice.
And I have to get up butt ass early tomorrow to go meet the guy for more books tomorrow. The life of a comic hustler.
No, that's
well, dude,
that's good.
Is your business going up because of it?
So it's hard to say. It's hard to say 100% yes, or you know what I mean? I think it has a little bit because we have 2 that are close within you know, a half an hour and within an hour's drive of us. We have 2 Bricks and Minifigs. We have one in Cool Springs and we have one in Murfreesboro, I think is the other one. They're newer stores on top of it. They just opened probably within the last 2 years, both of those stores. Those particular Bricks and Minifigs. So I'm not sure how many people. One's tucked away in a corner. Like I'm not sure how much of it, but the other problem is that we just moved into a new building. Like we went from a 3,000 square foot store to like a 12 or 13,000 foot store. So with that move comes more things that we have like a play area, like an indoor play area for Lego, like a Lego Discovery kind of place. So it's hard to say because we have more people knowing about us, but we have more options available. So it's, you know what I mean? We have had customers ask about, so what's the deal with this other store? Or we don't go with this other store, but we also have people that say, oh, we went to your store over here. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Cause that's not our store. We're independent. We're one of a kind of place. It's interesting listening to, like, I don't know if you heard that we've had franchisee people, not just from the 2 closest stores, but from like Georgia and Kentucky and Illinois and Michigan that are on, you know, we just had
It's like a reunion from Deliverance.
well, no, we just had a convention in our area, a brick convention in our area. And so a lot of these guys will travel because you go 2 hours in any direction where we live and you're in like 7 different states. So it's not like it's not far for them to go to a convention. It would be like going from, you know, Fuzzy to like Vegas. You know what I mean? It's not like that far.
I love that drive. Love that drive.
So a lot of them will stop by our store and check us out and see what's going on. So we have a lot of those guys that will ask us the same things you guys are asking, like, have you gotten any fallout? Has business picked up? Has, you know, that kind of thing. And it's hard. I don't think we've gotten any fallout. We've had some people on social say, I'm never going to shop at your store, thinking that we are a Bricks and Minifigs, even though we're not. And we have to say, no, that's not us. We're an independent, you know, things like that.
You should make a big ass sign out front that says it.
I know that the owner wants to do something like that. Oh, you know, tired of selling here, come sell, you know. We kind of have stayed out of it. Like we haven't made any posts. We'll talk about it one-on-one once we start talking.
See, I feel like that's a mistake. Like if you're like being quiet about it, almost makes it feel like
I'm not saying we're quiet about it in the sense we're not going out on social media and blasting. We've never been that kind of a store. We've been more of like, here's the stuff that we have. Here's the fun things that we're doing. Here's the positive side of the hobby. We've always been like that on our social medias. Here's all the clubs that we offer. Here's all the.
When you say here's the positive side of the hobby, it makes me think of Chris Rock saying, "What about the good part of crack? You get a VCR at 3 a.m."
Yeah. But like for us, we will talk about it in store to customers once we get a feel for who we're talking to. You know what I mean? We're not just gonna be like slamming.
Okay, that's
everything
classy,
all
I
over the place. We'll have a part of a conversation, see where they're going, see where they're leading. That's kind of how our store is with a lot of stuff. Like we don't do any internet sales. Everything we sell is in store. You can order through our Bricklink store and then pick up, but we won't ship. We don't ship anything. It's an in-store experience because we get to know our customers. We get to know, it's like the old school comic books, you know, comic book stores. Everybody knew everybody in the community. You go to one comic book store and you know the owner of the other one. And you guys, you know, we would hop comic book stores on Wednesdays and we'd see everybody and chit chat and stuff like that. It's kind of like that same kind of feeling. And so we're just more, like I said, more positive, more like, let's have fun. Let's do this. We're not going to go slam everybody. we don't agree with the way that they're handling it and what they're doing. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Are we going to get caught up in some fallout from Lego themselves about not wanting to sell new product to mom and pops or franchise type stores and just deal with the box stores? There is a little bit of that might impact us depending on how this goes and how it affects other people's view of the hobby too. You know what I mean? If they get too much if Lego gets too much of it and see that it's too much hate's going on with all of these mom and pop stores or secondhand stores or things like that, they'll just be like, nope, we'll just cut you guys all off from ordering new product and we'll just sell to the big box guys because, they don't have drama. You know what I mean? Or we'll just open more Lego stores in different areas.
The problem with going into like Target, like if I wanted to get like a big ass Lego set and you go to Target, the box is going to be all fucked up from those things they put on it to keep people from stealing it.
We've seen some of that.
Yeah, they're all dented and stuff. It's like, man, that'd be like my comic book having a one of those theft tags poked through it to keep people from. It's just like, dude, it's got to be pristine. You want it to be nice.
Wait, you're not supposed to do that to your comic?
Well, I mean, that's the thing with like you have Lego, but see, it's a little different than comics. You want like the best condition possible that you can either afford in some cases of certain issues, or you just want the best condition possible. Where with Lego, the collectors for Lego are so broad. You've got
they're assholes.
Right. You've
They're
got the
assholes.
babies that play with the Duplos. You've
Liz,
got the
Liz,
retentive. We got the guys that come in and look at our and I want to see it. I want to see all 16 that you have of the same guy, and they will check for the arm cracks, check for the wrist cracks, check to make sure.
I'm gonna slap
right
someone the next time they tell me that shit. I swear to God, dude, I was gonna kill someone the other day on Whatnot. I sold a bulk. Okay, it was a fucking handful. It wasn't one. It was a fucking bulk. The guy bitched because one of them was cracked. I said, dude, it's bulk, dude. You paid $10 for it. Like, come on. Like, what? Yeah.
No, so you have those ones that, and I'm in charge of the minifig is my department. So we have different departments in the store to make sure that things are flown. We've got the sorters that sort the bulk. We've got the parts department that makes the parts bag for the specialty pieces. And then my department, we've got the minifig department. And yeah, they don't realize that I check every single, if there's a crack, it doesn't go out. Unless it's like a $300 or $400 minifig. And then we have a little price brick that says, feet crack or torso crack. We let them know that there's an issue with it, something like that. I check all the wrists, and I can't tell you how many arms I've had to pop off the torsos and throw those arms away and replace them with new ones because they're cracked and they're we check all of that stuff. We know that on the reddish brown colors and the dark brown colors that from the 80s and early 90s, you don't fucking touch those things because as soon as you breathe on that color, they crack and they break and the arms split
and they say black don't crack. I say ha!
Right? I absolutely hate doing Chewbacca's and Jawas. I hate doing those ones because I know that 90% of those fuckers are going to crack on me as soon as I see a crack on the wrist. I'm going to have to take that fucking arm off and I'm going to break the arm or I'm going to break the torso. I get so pissed. But yeah, we have those anal retentive fucks. And then you have just kids who just want that character. They don't care that it's cracked. They don't care, even though it's not. It's the right head. My favorite is when they come up to me like, this isn't the right helmet. This is a freeze helmet. Or this is the wrong cowl on Batman's head. And I'm like, no, it's not. Yes, because it has it. Look, fucker, it's not. I looked this shit up. And I know this isn't the right torso that goes with this loop. Yeah, it does. No, it's not. It's supposed to have this one. No, this is the one that has the 3 little wavy lines in the back instead of the 2 little wavy lines in the back. I fucking looked this shit up. This is not the red dot on the R2. This is not, you know what I mean? Like, I looked this stuff up to make sure. But you still get those assholes that think they know better than you.
Every time I show a minifig on the show, And I'll be like, yeah, and I get that comment. Someone will be like, it's the wrong body. I go, yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? Okay, it's $3, guys. I'm like, I did my fucking research. I know what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like you said, I go, I'm not gonna argue with you. If you think it's wrong, don't bid on it. Here.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like,
I'm
great
not
job.
gonna
Well, see, you can do that. It's your store. I can't do that. I'm like, okay, let me double check it for you. I just whip out my phone, get Brickanized out, take a picture of it, takes me to Bricklink, parts out all the pieces for it. Tell me which piece is wrong. Based off, tell me which piece isn't matched up. Oh, I thought
that's when he yeah,
these are the
there it
sets
is.
that this particular minifig went in. So, oh, I thought it was the other one. No, that's this one, and this one goes in this set, and now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't hear comic guys telling me like the only thing I have to hear from them is like, oh, it's got a tick or something like
Right.
that. And I'm like, yeah, I saw that, dude. Like, that's why it's this price, blah, blah, blah. But a
Right.
minifig, I'm showing it to a guy. I've looked at it. I know there ain't no cracks in it. The guy
Yeah.
gets it and tells me it's a crack. I go, fuck you. Like, fuck you. I know it did. It
Right.
got cracked in mail. No, it didn't. God damn it.
Oh, they cracked it themselves. It's a classic. It's a
Switcheroo.
classic thing, man. It's a switcheroo, and it's brutal. People do it with G.I. Joes. People did it with comics.
Yeah.
It's rough with the collectibles, man.
We
That's
had that
why-
problem with Fat when I worked at Fats. We had that problem with sending out the toys that were sealed and packaged, and they're like, "No, look, it has it's been popped off on the corner." It's like it's a 20-year-old thing on a card. When I showed you that it was like that, like, what the hell, man? Or yeah, look, it's completely off the card, and I'm like, it wasn't.
That's why
completely off the card.
I've been thinking about getting into doing some sales again, but like it's almost like I want to just put stuff on like Marketplace and have it be Meetup,
Yeah.
where it's just like, here it is, it's cash only, Meetup. I have it in my hand. You can look at it, and you can only look at it like right here. You can't like put it to the side and then put it. People try to do some fucking
Yeah.
drop it in one right pocket, pull it out of their left pocket, stick you with some Fakos from Frank and Sons.
Oh, I got a box full right here. Look at this shit.
I mean, thankfully,
You guys get the Fakos, Liz?
That's nothing but Fagos right there. That's all Fagos.
Fake stuff in. Sometimes we get custom printing on Lego pieces, which is cool. But yeah, because what we do, we buy any Lego, no matter how you bring it in. You could bring in a huge tub of pieces. You can bring in just individual minifigs. You can bring in built sets, sealed sets. The box is there, but the box is open, but the bags are sealed. And we have different systems of how we buy them. And we buy anywhere from 100 to 500 pounds of Lego a week. Just on sheer poundage, we take that much in. And in that comes, we have a new game that we created called Sorting Bingo. And on the bingo card, it's got the Nerf dart. It's got the change. In our neck of the woods, is there a bullet casing or a bullet in there? There are certain fake Lego, Halo, Mega Block, minifigs. We even get Star Wars action figures and G.I. Joes and Transformers. And, because Mom just throws it in a tub and then just brings it in. And then we just, when it's in loose like that, we just pay by the pound. So we our sort table, they sort all that stuff out. And then
I was thinking, as far as you're saying with Mom,
I buy the Grec. I buy the stuff that's not that. I buy it from him because he pays for it. So I buy it and then I go through it and I see what I can salvage out of things. And I have found some very fun things out of those boxes. And there's a lot of trash, but I find a lot of cool, like the Halo minifigs and sometimes full on Halo, Mega Block sets. And plates, and there are fake stuff in there too, because there's a lot of Star Wars and Ninjago are the two big ones that I can think of that we're constantly seeing. But then you get I have Pennywise from the new It movie.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
not
look at
on
this.
Lego. It's fake, but it's not. Pirates of the Caribbean. we just had a full set of Pirates of the Caribbean minifigs come in, and all of them were fake.
Hellboy.
Hellboy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's even
those are
got the
cool.
big hand and everything. It's
Yeah.
fucking dope. I was like, I'm keeping that one.
Yeah, so there's stuff like that. Well, I'll find and I'll keep some fun little things that are, printed plates that are custom. Sometimes we get the custom Lego stuff in, and we keep the stuff that's printed, that's customized on actual like real Lego, because we don't know exactly what to do with it, because it's not something that Lego did, but it's still on Lego, because we're also building out a museum at our store, and so it might end up in the museum. Like, look what can be done with Lego. A lot of it's military stuff though, because Lego doesn't do military. And brick arms, we get a lot of brick arms, like weapons and stuff. They cornered that market like big time for all that like, you name a gun and a weapon, they've made it to fit for the minifigs.
Yeah, dude, that thing, the Hellboy has an AK. I was like, dude, this is a dope ass AK. Like, this looks legit.
So, I mean, we probably sell more. Our two biggest selling like categories is minifigs and built models. Because we'll get in we got somebody brought in all of the ships from Pirates of the Caribbean complete. We just had to dust them off and put them in the case, and people want those because you can't get them anymore. They're not making them anymore. They're redoing some of them to come out with things. And the modulars, everybody likes the modular buildings from Lego, and we have a full case that has all of them in it, and we're constantly.
I want all the modulars. I want them all. I want to build the city. I want the Lego movie to be my basement.
We have
Craggle.
One of our sections is that's all it is. It's a huge city layout with the tracks, and then it sits at about just right about waist level, and there's glass cabinets that it sits on. It sits on plywood across the whole of the floor, and then each glass cabinet has a different display. Like right now, there's a display that they color swap stuff for like Rivendell and a bunch of tree things to make it look like a different fantasy setting, and it has like a little paper in there that tells the whole story behind what's in there. So each one of the cases have stuff like that in it. So we're putting stuff like that together and getting the community involved too. We have a train club, and so we have a train track that goes around the entirety of this. And when I say it's big, it's 20 feet? The store's probably 20 feet long.
Oh, it's way longer than that. It's way longer.
Liz, as you're a woman, I'm sure your size judgment is better than most of us men. So I will take your measurement.
It's huge. We have a train club.
Minifigures are at least 6 inches high.
We're talking about the train track. We're not talking about the jaded one, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Because then I was gonna be like, then he's got everything. I don't know what the fuck. It gives me hope.
A new hope.
Sorry. Didn't mean to talk about Lego.
No, that's right now is the craziest story right now, because again, I know we said it the last time we did it, but you're talking about 200. It was 100,000, right? That's what they said now. 100,000.
It's over 200.
It's like okay, so you're talking about 200 grand. Like it's just a simple like, here's your stuff. It's that simple. It's not. And if their excuse would have been like, dude, I don't know you. You just came off the street, blah blah blah. Like I get that. But like we've seen, he has the video evidence of them saying they knew about it, So what the fuck? Now they're just bringing this all upon themselves. So now, yeah, fuck them, dude. I just think it's funny how crazy it's gotten.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the court case isn't probably going to go to trial for another 2 years, because all that's going to do is give the corporate of Bricks and Minifigs enough rope to hang themselves. Because every time they do an interview, what's his name? Eamon? Is that his name?
Yeah.
every time that schmo does an interview, he just
He
gives
sticks
himself
his foot in his mouth.
every
Every
single
time.
every
Every
single
time.
time. And it's like he says this thing, but then there's video evidence that shows he does. You know what I mean? It's just it's so crazy. It's yeah. I'm glad it's gonna take that long because, like I said, it's just gonna be that more stupid when and more evidence that when they actually get to go to trial, that Ben's gonna be able to show all of this stuff and show everything, and you know, I'm glad it's
To me, what's crazy besides Lego, the biggest thing to me is the fucking corruption with the cops in Utah, the whole justice system in Utah. Like that's what's that. It's to the like. I don't even want to go to that fucking state. You just get caught up with some bullshit, especially because they actually have the cop cam conversations of like the person, like the lady on the. Oh well, let me see. We can try to get him for this. We could try to get him for that. We could twist this into this for you. We can make it. Oh, this could be a felony.
Well, that's the thing.
And then they try to
his word, Eamon's word. They're not even looking at the evidence because he said like, oh, they're coming over here and they said they're gonna burn the building down and they're gonna do this to us and that to us. You know what I mean? All of that crap.
It reminds me of like some deep south Mississippi burning shit.
Yeah, it's like no, dude, that's not what he said. And but they aren't looking at that evidence.
You know,
but once it goes to trial. They'll be able to see all of this evidence.
The most infuriating thing to me is I think it was in the second video where Ben had contacted the American Forks Police Department to request the body cam footage of the various interactions that he had with the police officers, and they gave him a bunch of redacted stuff, and he was able, by coordinating the various videos that he had received, to determine that the stuff that they were redacting was actually stuff that was incriminating them. And so he confronted the police department about that and was talking to one of their female police officers. And she was just like, he says, I think you guys are redacting things that you're not supposed to because I was able to sync 2 of the videos and you can hear what's said on one of them while the other one is turned off. And she's like, no, we don't do that. And it's like
they just get that accidentally.
Right. Then the videos actually get put out. Right. The American Fork Police Department, because they're the most competent police on the planet, they accidentally released the unredacted footage. Right. And so now we've seen everything that they redacted, and it turns out that lady is an effing liar. So my thing is just on the basis of that one interaction with Ben, that lady should be terminated and never able to work in law enforcement or any type of a legal profession ever again for the rest of her life. Banned forever because you lied point blank. You covered up the details. They were not privileged information or private information or protecting victims or whatever the BS she was saying. They were actually covering up things that incriminated the police because they were behaving in an unjust manner. That lady specifically should be eliminated from the legal profession for the rest of her days, forever.
Yes, I agree.
Boom.
I mean, really, there needs to be some kind of a means to go scorched earth on all those people. The police chief, when he gave his little, sleepy time talk about how, how Ben is the real criminal and everything, and it turns out he was lying through his teeth. It's like he needs to be fired and banned from the legal profession. The officers that would turn off their body cam, audio so that you can't hear what they're talking about, they all need to be
judge.
The judge, yeah. I mean, everybody that's involved in that process that's, like you said, Nate, where they're trying to come up with charges, show me the man, I'll show you the crime, kind of communist BS. They all need to be strung up in the public
it's
square.
Like just bring a fucking black light through that whole thing, and anything that's glowing, that person needs to fucking go. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. The thing that will fix this is public executions. If you
because of Lego.
Well, the thing is, if you're in the legal profession, you have a sacred trust. You represent the legal system that we all as a country agree to. And if you are violating that, you're violating that against every single American. And that kind of that kind of violation of trust should require the harshest of punishments in order to discourage others from doing the same thing.
I agree. I'm sorry. My kid was stealing my food, and I was about to leap over the table and beat his ass. But I forgot we were live, and I don't want video evidence of nothing. So, if one thing we've learned from this thing is we don't do anything on video.
Well, look, nobody wants to be fed posting where, you know, the FBI or whatever can watch your video and say, this guy's a criminal. But the reality is that these people in law enforcement ought to know that they have been given a sacred trust by the people. And if you violate it, your lives are worthless.
I think one of the worst egregious errors in this too, and this doesn't have anything to do with it, is the fact that they were able to subpoena his Google stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to talk about a breach of trust? Like, serial killers don't even get like that kind of like looked at for them. You know what I mean?
You literally took the words right out of my mouth.
They looked at his emails. They looked at all of the videos that he either edited or didn't edit. So they have, you want to talk about discovery in a legal term, they have everything he ever videoed, everything he ever said, all of the stuff that hadn't been edited. So he may have said things to his buddies and friends about certain things that could potentially bite him in the butt. You know what I mean? Everything that he ever videoed or looked up is now in their hands, and we know that they can't be trusted because they can twist that stuff to fit their own narrative and to fit certain things. But the fact that Google allowed that without any kind of, there was nothing that led up to it. They just said that this guy is bad.
Well,
so therefore you know, that's what the subpoena basically was.
It was Bricks and Minifigs that made the request of Google to release all of that information
through their lawyer
from Reckless Ben to them.
So
this wasn't even the American Fork Police Department requesting the evidence from Google as part of a criminal investigation, which would be BS on its own, but at least it would be under the color of law. What you have here is a private corporation making the request of Google, and Google basically doxing everything that Reckless Ben had, like his emails, his text messages. I think not just his YouTube stuff, but I mean, it was just like an incredible amount of information that they gave it all to Bricks and Minifigs. That is so egregious. I mean, it's really hard to fathom the corruption and just the callous disregard for legal proceedings. It's why, you know, the legal system only works if we all agree to it. And if people are going to break the rules like that, then there's no reason for any of the rest of us to follow the rules either. And this is
it's crazy too. And then that and it's not just a lawfare with this, but there's a bunch of crazy lawfare going on around where it's kind of like, how can different judges just be allowed to let out certain criminals, or like, isn't there just like a law? Shouldn't there just be like a law, and then if you do this thing, you get this thing, and you
have to understand, like, okay, every judge has the power to do it. That's why. So what happens is a lot of times is like there is a law, right? Like there's very few laws where it's like the 3 strikes law, right? 3rd strike, you're fucking, doesn't matter what it is, you're going to jail for life.
Yeah, but how can you be on a train and stab somebody in the neck and you got let out 17 times before that? And they just keep letting people out, and they just keep, and it's just like this. It's kind of the same thing, you know. And the Lego thing, it's like our geek entryway into, you know, if people aren't following politics, it's like a geek back door into what's going on with this stuff. But you don't even need to go in the back door, because if right inside the front door, it's just full of bullshit, you know. Just like if, for instance, you know, if an illegal alien gets busted for doing some crime, they're supposed to be in jail. Then when they let them out to immigration services and they get dealt with there. But they stopped doing that. So certain the sanctuary places stopped doing that, and they just let them back out into the street again, and then they go off and they bust some Laken Riley stuff or something like that. And ICE wouldn't have to be going out on the streets and rounding people up if they just when they got caught doing crimes, they got taken from the jail to be deported. A lot of these problems wouldn't even happen, but
well,
it's rough. And then you wouldn't have those guys who were hanging out in front of Home Depot getting taken.
It just goes back to the fact that we have a set of rules that we're all agreeing to play by. It's like when you sit down for a board game, right? You sit down to play Monopoly. Monopoly has a set of rules. The second somebody on the table starts behaving in ways that are outside the bounds of the rules, it breaks the game. Now things are not stacked in a fair way toward everybody. So if one side starts breaking the rules, it doesn't make any sense for the other side to not also break the rules, because otherwise you're just hamstringing yourself. And so the thing is if they're not willing to do what's right before the law, and they're not, then why are we giving them that courtesy? If Bricks and Minifigs is going to behave like this, if the American Fork Police Department is going to behave like this, if the Utah justice system is going to behave like this, why are we going to do anything that they ever say ever again? Why?
Well, but in a perfect,
which is a great segue, and this is something Anthony can talk about. Well, finish your thought, Liz, and then I'll segue.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, in a perfect world, in this situation with like Bricks and Minifigs, is that they go before the judge, and the judge goes one way or the other. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't go in whoever's favor, then that there is a checks and balance where you can then appeal and go to a higher court and go to a higher court and keep going to the highest court to have a ruling brought down. And sometimes the upper ruling, because they have more knowledge of the law and the broader base of the law, they're supposed to be able to adjudicate better. So like you go to court, you don't like this result, you can appeal to the next level. You know what I mean? And as they go up, they should know more of the nuances of the law, of what applies, what doesn't apply, listening to the arguments, so on and so forth. So we have that in place. But to Josh's point, if one of those little cogs is broken, then and they make it impossible for the normal person to be able to pay for all of this, because it costs money for your lawyer. It costs to file your claims. It costs to appeal your thing.
Oh, yeah. You know, if it wasn't for Reckless Ben's notoriety and this going viral, they would just get rolled by the money of the company.
And that's why Ben stepped in, because that's what was happening to the original owners. Is he's like, I can't afford to do this. I don't have any kind of backing. Ben had a little bit of a backing and a little bit of following to help get that out. If this were to happen to Josh and I, there's no way we could afford any of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Our collection would be gone, and we'd be sitting at home pissed off more so at the world than we are right now. You know, you know what I mean? Like,
I would find alternative remedies.
It's just, yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Totally.
It's just,
all right. So, yeah, it is. It is. Now let's do it. That's a good segue into digital stuff. And I know Josh, the JD Geek, has always been a big proponent of physical media. Now we've got stuff going on with PlayStation ditching the digital media, or ditching physical media and going purely digital. And on top of that, we see a bunch of things, and we're starting to see that some of the digital ownership has come full circle to where you paid for it and then it goes away, or the place that you bought it from loses the license of it and then it goes away. I remember my first taste of this was I had a PS3 and we were playing Rock Band. And I got a bunch of the Rock Band songs on my PS3, and I wasn't, and I played it, and then I stopped playing it. It kind of got old, and I got my PS4, and I'm like, hey, let's get the new Rock Band. I got the Rock Band, and it turns out that I needed to do something within a certain time frame. Otherwise, you just lose all that stuff. Or my PS3 had a problem with it broke, and when I logged my new thing into it, it didn't digitally save all of those songs I had bought, and I had spent a good amount of money on those songs, and they were just gone. And it takes your availability, takes away your ability to be able to play those songs again. And after that, I was skeptical. I got tons of this stuff right now, and I feel like, you know, there's people losing it with Amazon is losing certain things. Or you'll own, let's say you buy this edition of a movie, and then they'll change the edit on you, and you don't even have it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like, you know, once upon a time I was an Atari guy, and then Nintendo became the thing, and I became a Nintendo guy, and then PlayStation became the thing, and I became a PlayStation guy. You know, now it's like, you know what, PlayStation doesn't seem like they want the dollars anymore. They feel like they're too powerful for their shit to stink. You know, what are your thoughts on this? And I know you're the big gamer amongst all of us.
Yeah, it was a slap in the face to the community. It's just like, me personally, I did do digital just because I don't have like the space to keep the actual discs. But the outrage of it is like, you can still, you know, buy a book physically. You can still get music. Why do they need to get rid of, you know, digital? I'm sorry, the actual disc to play the games. So that's where the big that's where the issue is. And so then what
It's
happens?
it's not just that, dude. You can't do resale.
Games, they can just take it away from us. So it's like they just want to completely take away ownership, and that's fake. And it's like, why do you need to do that? Because they say sales, everybody does digital, but then there is still a larger group that likes to, like you guys, you know, collect the actual physical discs.
Dude, when I go to the swap meets and I walk around, there are three things that people are looking for. Three. Clothes is number one. I mean, I've never seen more people fight over shit than fucking crappy ass t-shirts.
Right.
And that's number one. Number two, fucking video games. Like I'm like, oh, fuck you. Like what? Like the dude had last week. It must have been the 360, the Xbox 360. So whoever's locker this was, he had every game, the Rock Bands, all that shit.
Yeah,
they were fighting for him. The only thing that was left over out of any time I go are the sports games. Like literally just stacks of sports games. Nobody wants sports games. No one wants that shit. But the resale market, that's what people are pissed off about, because you can't resell.
Sports games have never been good on the resale market.
Mm. But like now, because
EA and Madden, their games are just awful right now.
Well, that makes you want to go get an old one, right, dude? Shoot, dude, play the old game. But
people play.
Like, to me, the thing that sucks was like one of my favorite things doing as a kid, right? Like you were saying, Nintendo, right? Was I would get fucking Super Mario 2, right? And the homie got fucking Jaws, the game. And I don't want to buy the game. I just want to try it, see if I like it.
Yeah, you push the button and then the shark jumps up and you try to stab it with the bow of the boat.
Right.
That was hard.
I didn't want to buy it.
That was like landing the airplane on Top Gun.
Yeah.
It was just as hard as landing the fucking airplane on Top Gun. Or refueling. Oh.
But like, you were able to give your boy, like, all right, here, you take my Mario, I'll take this. You know what I mean? And then let me play it for a little while. And then, you switch it back. Like that's the beauty of it. Comics, dude. Like, same reason why I love it. Like, when I coach these kids, dude, I had them comics all the time because it's something physical. They can hold it. They can give it to someone else. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something where I'm gonna be like you said. Like, I remember when the Warner Brothers took away, a bunch of people bought Lethal Weapon digitally, and they took it away. Like, after you paid for it and everything, they just took it off. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I paid for this. Like, what the hell? And guess what? I still have 3 versions of Lethal Weapon in my thing that no one has come to take from me. They're mine.
The sad thing is that those the DVDs from Warner Brothers, they have a problem with degrading,
Oh,
which is pretty rough. But I mean, why isn't it? They need to have some kind of a consumer protection going out where if like they want to discontinue it, fine, and then refund me the fucking money.
For everything else.
You would need that refund. You know, like okay, well, Lethal, I understand it. You had a deal where you own that for that time being, but now you don't anymore. So now, like, I want my money back then. You know, or give me or give me credits for the next one that I won't own, or like.
Well, I think that's the trick though, is that what they're going to argue is that you have never owned the content. What you've done is you've paid a fee to have access to it for a duration of time, either the rental fee, which is a very limited duration, or the quote unquote ownership fee, where the duration is as long as the company decides to carry it. And that's going to be their argument, is that you're not actually buying anything. You're paying a service fee to have access to the material for the duration that they agree to.
Yeah, you're renting the license, but we own it.
so I'm gonna let you guys borrow this. You got to give me $60, okay? And then next week I'm gonna come and take this shit from you, but you can't have your $60 back. It's my $60, bitch. All right, dude. That's literally what it is right there. Dude.
Sounds fair.
It just lines right up with the you'll own nothing and you'll be happy.
So,
and
but part you have to keep in mind that part of the problem is that it's our fault as the consumer. One of the things guys are doing is that they are reacting to market trends. So when the streaming services came on and started doing their thing, and then the video game companies started doing their kind of thing in this pay to play sort of model, they're raking in dough. And sometimes you're paying this online service fee for something. Like we have some video games where you have to have a connection, you have to have an online account and stuff like that to play. And then you might go like a month and a half and never play that, but you're still paying for it, right? So they see these market trends and then they adapt their business model to that because that's where everybody's going. But what most people have realized far too late is that they don't actually have those games. And one of the things that really pissed me off, and I can't complain too much because it's not like I spent money on it, but Disney had put out this fighting app for your phone called Disney Mirrorverse, which was pretty cool. And I put a lot of sweat equity into that game, building up my characters to very high levels of proficiency. And then they said, oh, on December 16th of, 2024, we're just not going to carry the game anymore. All the services will be terminated. And it was just gone, just like that.
Well, the biggest FU was to the people that bought Skylanders and Lego Dimensions and Disney. Not only did you buy the individual characters for all of those games,
right,
but now you can't even play half the game, even if you have those games, because there's parts of it that you have to be able to go to a server to play on. Like Lego Dimensions, you can't play half the levels because some of them are downloadable levels. And if you didn't download them when they came out, the server isn't even around anymore for stuff.
Yeah.
The same thing with Disney Infinity. There was a toy box where you could create something, send it up for other people to play in, and vice versa. Half the game you can't even do that with anymore. None of that stuff is supported. And so now we have boxes full of Skylanders and Disney Infinity characters and Lego Dimension characters.
That's kind of the biggest thing that's really kept me, because I used to play like all the Final Fantasy games, and I love those games, and I feel like you put in that time in those games, and it's really like real time from existing on Earth that you're losing to go invest your time into those fake worlds to do stuff. And then it's done and you built this bullshit character that really doesn't mean anything, and and it goes away. You're better off playing Dungeons and Dragons with Josh and having us keep those things on a piece of paper.
Josh, you're a DM?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Been a DM since 1984.
He's a good DM too, dude. He's, he's, he's
Nothing's
good.
gonna
He's a good
ever
DM.
keep it
Down
down.
down to where I was eating gummies and playing with him and just lost in the story. Like, shut the fuck up. What do I get to do? What do I gotta do?
Free will,
And
bro.
he had toys
We
that build the shit so you can fucking see it, dude. It was awesome, dude. I had a blast in
should
that
play
game.
again
That
when
was
we
fun.
get back out this year at the end of the year.
I'm so fucking down. I'm so down. I will get the
I
biggest
need to
bag of
do one
gummies
before
and
I leave
come.
this earth. I want to do a freaking quest, man. That'd be great.
You know, the irony of it all is that Dungeons and Dragons kind of helped prepare me for this shift in the digital media market, because
I didn't phase him as bad.
what happened with Dungeons and Dragons is that, you know, periodically they would have to come up with a brand new edition with a brand new rule set in order to start selling books again. What you would have at some point when the game was out is you have market saturation, where everybody that needed the books to play already had the books, and so sales would just bottom out. So every 10 to 15 years, they would have to reboot the game, come up with a new rule set that meant that and if you wanted new material, you had to keep buying the books and so on. And my gaming group back in the early 2000s and we made a decision when they made that shift to stick with the edition that we had. And it was hard because, you know, as a collector, you have this kind of, you know, fear of missing out on, you know, the latest and greatest thing to come out. But when you make a decision like that, where you're basically cutting it off, you know, I haven't really spent hardly a dime on my favorite hobby in damn near 20 years. You know, every once in a while I'll buy new dice or something because you can always use that. But like for like books and rules and things, like I haven't spent a dime. And so if I realize that if I can,
They make orcs gay now.
What's that?
We don't play the game.
Yeah, no, we don't play the gay version.
We don't play that one.
We played the version when it was still sensible.
Wait, we weren't playing the gay version?
We're playing the non-gay version.
The non-gay version.
Like, why does the orc need to be gay?
Well, the version we played, Fuzzy, you could still be gay in it. It just wasn't forced upon you.
I was about to say, I think we need to redo my character because I thought we was on that tip, you know, like the tip. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing.
Just the tip?
Just the tip. That's why it ain't gay. That's why it ain't gay.
Right.
In my campaigns, if you're going to be gay, it means you're in league with the demon. So the thing is,
I don't do that.
This is real life.
If I could cut off,
He's down.
If I could cut off buying stuff from my favorite hobby, then I could cut off anything. And so when PlayStation made this decision, which I've been saying has been inevitable for a long time, that they're going to stop producing physical media, it was just like, yeah, okay. When they made that post on X, I just, one of my comments, which is one of thousands and thousands of comments, but I just said, thank you for saying this. Now I don't have to spend another dime with you. It's over. That's it. Customer loss.
Well, not this customer. I love GTA too much to fucking. I'm sorry, they got me, dude. I'm a crackhead when it comes to.
Well, here's
shit,
the thing:
dude.
GTA has you right, but the wise thing would be right now is for this. It's a ripe opportunity for a different competitor with them to steal that market spot.
Yeah, like
Xbox has been struggling.
The other way now again.
I thought Xbox was going to stop doing consoles, and they were just going to sell their stuff digitally through PlayStation Network. I thought that's where that was going. I thought
that's what I heard too.
Xbox, Microsoft,
whatever the case may be, I really feel like it's a prime time opportunity for somebody to just to fill in that gap that they left open.
So, but the problem is that the market's not there, right? Most people are still downloading their stuff digitally. Most people have just accepted. Well, I don't want to say accepted because
my kids have accepted it. My kids are the next generation, and my kids don't want physical media. My oldest son, is probably the last one. Like my youngest doesn't. He downloads everything digitally, like everything. Like it doesn't. He doesn't want anything physical. The only thing physical he'll get from me is like records. You know what I mean? Like records, he wants records, but everyone else like I think that's why GameStop started focusing more on cards because they saw it coming.
Right.
Yeah.
They were just like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna lean into this cards thing. You know what I mean? And now that's like their market. You go into a GameStop now, there's like a corner that has video games, and the rest of it is just all cards. Like everything's cards. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that there you would think that somebody could step in and be the physical media producer, but the problem is that that's not what the market wants. But the market is starting to realize that they don't actually own any of the things that they've spent money on, and the only question is that going to be enough to change the market desire? Or are they just going to shrug their shoulders and say, well, it is what it is?
I'll just find something else.
Right.
I'll just move on.
I remember, like, Anthony's probably known me long enough to where I remember when everybody was doing the LimeWire and the Napster. And one of my favorite things to do once a week was to go to the WOW, which was the Tower Records over on PCH in Long Beach. And just go in there and listen to whatever music you can grab it, listen to it, and I would get a CD every week. And I still got hundreds of. I mean, they're right here in a crate next to me, hundreds of CDs. And once they were stealing, I was like, man, this is going to be brutal. People are not going to be able to make a living making music anymore. Now, and I know that people have pivoted and all that stuff, but if you look at music, like the music you hear, it's all auto-tune or it's just no good. There's no creativity to it. And that's not me being old looking at the current music and being a boomer about it. Like my kids, they listen to Korean music as opposed to listen to American music because much like the movies, it's not good. It's like it's not coming from an honest place, from a place of creativity. And I feel like it's because just the whole apparatus for being able to put something on the radio and have people hear it, and it's just brutal.
Yeah,
I've thought about it for a while, dude. Like, and I think I've cracked the code on what's happened, and what it is we've gotten to this world where you could type something into your computer, your Facebook, your Insta, your whatever, and 3,000 people like it, right? 3,000 people like it. They love what you said. So in your head, you think you're right. And then you go and you make some music, right? And you put it out, and those same 3,000 people like it, and you get your points for it. But like I tell my kids, right? There's this movie that just came out, the Backrooms, right? That everyone's talking about. And then there's Obsession. Now, I go see Obsession not knowing what it's about. It's a good movie. There's a beginning, there's a middle, there's an end, there's a story, you're watch it. Okay. You go to see the back.
Go see that movie. Ooh.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You go see Backrooms, and it's a very well-made movie for a low-budget horror film. But if you don't know the myths, the story, like the behind the scenes, a lot of that shit doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like people are calling out. I finally got to feel what it felt like to not know about Marvel movies, like Marvel characters, and go see a Marvel movie, and we see like a fucking Easter egg or some shit. You know what I mean? We get all excited, and the guy next to you is like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, like kind of thing. That was me. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Now, if that guy who made that movie had a producer, which is what music and everything needs, right? Like even video games, everything, you need an outside voice that's going to give you a real look at it and go, you know what, dude, I like this, but we got to do this because me as a person that doesn't know anything, you know what I mean? Like that's what a producer is supposed to do.
Like Cartman, they got to make a female lead and make her gay.
Well, that's the producers you don't want. You want the ones that are going to literally give you like a fucking honest opinion. And that's the other problem is that no one's giving honest opinions.
It can't be honest. It has to be gay.
Yeah. See, is what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I think what is it, Obsession did so good, because I bet you, like he originally wanted to play the main character, but he thought about it and goes, you know what, this, it wouldn't be that good, I'm gonna get this guy to play the fucking main character so he could focus on the directing, and it paid off. You know what I mean? It really pays off. And that's the thing that I think most artists don't do, is they don't let go. You know what I mean? Like this is my vision. You know what I mean? Like I tell my boys this every time when they go to make a movie. I go, listen, guys. I go, I know you have a vision, but sometimes you're gonna get into a corner and you're gonna have to fucking fix it. Don't have a, don't get upset. Just figure it out. You know what I mean? Just make it happen. And sometimes it works in your favor. You know what I mean? It makes it that much better. So like you guys have seen that scene with Dustin Hoffman in Midnight Cowboy as he's walking down the street and the taxi cab comes and hits him and he's like, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. It's one of the most famous fucking quoted lines, right?
Is that where you got
That
that
was an
from?
accident. Yeah, that was an accident. A fucking real thing hit him. And he was like, hey, what the fuck? I'm walking here. I'm walking here. And that
That's not my
became a
favorite
scene.
That's not my favorite Dustin Hoffman improv. My favorite Dustin Hoffman improv is from Rain Man, and they're in the phone booth.
You fought it.
Did you fart?
Did you fucking fart, Ray? Yeah. Yeah. He's like, can you stand that? Yeah.
Oh, good.
I love that
Good.
scene. That's a great scene.
That was improv too.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like,
can you imagine fart boxing Tom Cruise in it?
I would fucking do it. I would do it. I just to watch his face go.
Somebody already got Anthony. Look at his hair.
Damn.
He said he got you right down the middle, dog. I make my kid come over here and show you his fro, dude. You get jealous. Things ugly, like Krusty the Clown. I love it.
All right, we got to get some homework though. We got to have. I mean, as we're ramping up, it took us 3 weeks to be able to get our movies together this time.
Before we get started, okay. So I watched Masters. Fucking loved it.
Oh, nice.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. As cheesy as it was awesome. It was tons of fun. Check it out. I saw In the Gray.
I loved how he named the people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like shit like that was cool. I was like, okay, that's like Fisto. And he's like, I fist him. I was like, God, it's awesome, dude. It's so good. But like In the Gray is a Guy Ritchie's new movie. Go watch it. It is a smart A-team movie. Like smart A-team. It's fucking good. It's brilliant. It's realistic. You know what I mean? Like how sabotage would happen. Fucking hella good. And then I watched the one I was dying to watch. And this is where I was telling you guys earlier, I think Fuzzy has become old. Like, I think I've done it. I think this is the moment I realized it happened. RZA. No, RZA is one of my favorite, like, not only musicians, but one of my favorite directors. That's right, the Woo, baby. So I hear him and Quentin Tarantino put a movie out. I say, let's go. Let's fucking go. I need to see this shit. Don't watch it. Don't. Like, I was so upset. I was like, I was sitting there watching it going like, what in the fuck is this shit, dude? Like, what it is.
Was he trying hard to be Asian again?
No, he really tried to tell. Supposedly this is a true story. It's about a dude who it's called A Spoonful of Chocolate. And to me, it felt like his art film. Like he was trying to make an art film, like that was what it was. And this guy, he goes to jail and he comes out of jail for defending his neighbor from the husband beating her to death. He kicked his ass and put him in a coma. So they put him in jail. He gets out. He goes to Ohio, and there are the comic book version of white supremacists in the whole town. Like he got every actor that overacts and just put them all into a room and was like, you hate black people. And they say the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, I'd punch that guy just for saying that. Like, what in the hell? And then supposedly
a bunch of Clayton Bigsby's.
No, Clayton Bigsby was fucking like at least has good lines. Like I'm telling you, this was horrible. I was just like,
So bunch
I
of
was like
maggots
that.
all over you.
Yeah, like, but even down to the way them, I was like, what in the fuck, dude? Like what? And then so the guy's supposed to know kung fu, right? Like he's a military guy that knows kung fu, but he looks like when he fights, he looks like he's breakdancing. And I'm not trying to be mean, dude. Like I'm fucking dead serious. Like at one point he does the sweep the leg and the guy doesn't fall, so he does it again, but it looks like he's doing the spin around shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? And then the stuff I got excited for was like he starts like making brass knuckles out of nuts, like bolts and nuts. He starts making brass knuckles. Like, oh shit! All right, now the shit's gonna go down. He's gonna kill all the white men. It's gonna be great. Fuck yeah, we're gonna kill them all. It's gonna be great. He goes in there and they just ripped off the raid. Like the last 30 minutes is the raid. Like he's just going through levels of just beating up people. And he doesn't even do kung fu. He's just got like a hammer and he beats the guy's head in the hammer. Terrible. Terrible. So Fuzzy did not like it. Fuzzy gives it 2 thumbs down.
Is that my phone?
Is the soundtrack any good?
Yes.
It might.
Soundtrack is awesome.
My phone might be dying.
All right.
Sorry.
Bad. Free version, watch it, enjoy it.
All right, so we got to catch. Let's get set up for next week. We got to catch The War 2, and which I'm already half. I might finish that tonight, and then let's see. We got to get one more.
You'll have to catch us on the flip side on this because my phone's starting to die and the sound's getting goofy.
All right, guys.
All right.
No worries.
What the movie is?
Grease.
That's right. The Popeyes grease, ladies and gentlemen. Have that love.
We'll send the movies into the link.
All right. Later, fellas.
Peace.
Okay, but all right. Did Fuzzy leave? Fuzzy frozen again?
And you've been stuck.
Am I stuck?
Yeah, you've been stuck, Nate.
Oh, really? You can hear me, but I'm not.
Yeah, you were like this at one point. Now you're like this on the mic.
All right, we lost Fuzzy. He might have just bailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fuzzy bailed. All right, well we'll just chop it up online. I'm glad you're able to make it tonight, man.
Had fun, Nate. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you just gotta get here on time. Get to work on time too, fool. Like kill me on Friday.
Time and a place, boss. Time and a place.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
Later.
Later.